Hi everyone, welcome back to Simply Betty. This is episode 7, and today we're talking about a very emotional and important topic. We're looking at teenage pregnancy and how families respond to these teenagers. When a young girl becomes pregnant, the reaction of our family can actually change our entire world. It can change the direction of our life. Some families support their daughters through the pregnancy, throughout the pregnancy period, from the day one till the end of it. Even they support them through helping to babysit, helping to look after this baby, giving them all the support they need for their mental health and for their general well-being. While some other families judge these children so much, they feel like they have brought a lot of disappointment and embarrassment to their household. Especially some families will say to their household name. And as a result, they will chase these children out of the house. I have heard so many stories. Some very heartbreaking stories. In many cases, parents choose to desert their daughters, thinking that showing them this tough love, because they're not deserting them out of hatred. I feel like they're doing it out of love, but they don't understand this type of love, how it works with teenagers. They think showing tough love to these children would help them learn lessons. But too often at times, these children feel rejected, and the rejection drives them even to deeper depression, to struggles of life, unsafe environments. They go into unsafe relationship, and they have even worse outcome than what it should have been. What are your experiences? What do you think? Have you been through such? Did you have a pregnancy at a very young age? Well, I have listened to Waje's story. In case you don't know who Waje is. So Waje is a Nigerian singer who opened up about her experience as a teenage mother. In case you don't know who she is, you can look her up. Her name is Waje, and then I'm just going to dig deep into this whole topic. You know, when Waje got pregnant at just 17, her mother didn't even know until she was about 5 months.
So one morning devotion, and I've told the story before, we had morning devotion. My mom had been looking at me some type of way, but I was able to finesse my way around it. So sometimes she would ask me, she said, "Are you okay?" I say, "Yes, mom, I'm okay." But that's when I would cook, I would do everything. So one day after morning devotion, my mom was getting ready to go to work. I called her and sat her down. I said, "Mom, I want to tell you something." She said, "What's it?" "I'm pregnant." She kept quiet. And I said, "And I don't want to take the baby out." She said, she didn't say anything again. She said, "Go and sleep." Because I wasn't in school at the time. So when everybody goes to school, my younger brothers go to school, she goes to work, I have the house to myself. So it's most times I'll go back to sleep after cleaning and all that. We didn't have housekeepers at the time, and I mean, they do everything. So she said, "Okay, go and sleep." So I went back to bed. By the time my brothers woke up, and rather got ready for school and they were about to leave, I would usually wake up, or she'd call me to lock the door. But I noticed that my mom still sat in the same position. She didn't move. That's when I understood the gravity of what I had done. Do you understand? And I think at that time, and God bless my mom, because till date, my mother never raised her voice, shouted, "You are a disgrace. You are," till date, no. Immediately, she called her older sister. Her older sister came to Benin. Her older sister used to live in Enugu. Her older sister came to Benin. As her older sister came, she bought baby things. Wow. My grandmom moved in with us for a while to kind of take care of me because it was a bit difficult. I was young and it was a difficult pregnancy at the time. And that's where we are. She never said anything.
What stood out for me the most about Waje's mom was how her mother handled it. There was no shouting, no blaming, no anger. Wow. Waje said she actually sat her mother down and told her herself, and her mom just went mute. She was in shock. That I cannot deny. She was definitely in shock. But she was calm at the same time. After a few minutes, she simply told Waje to go inside and rest. Go and rest. Go and rest, Abby. What else can we say to you? Just go and rest. You are pregnant. Go and rest. That moment showed true parenting strength. It showed the ability to control emotions, to process your disappointment, and to quietly, in the most still way, still show love to that child. Her mother looked after her throughout the pregnancy. And you know what? They gave birth to her daughter, Emerald, a pretty girl.
This is so pretty. It's like,
She is beautiful. Like so you vomit them.
That's why you guys are so cute. You finish each other's sentences.
Later in life, Waje became so many things. I'm sure she went back to school. I'm sure she became a graduate. I'm sure she did some training. I'm sure she has a career. Everybody knows Waje today. She's popular. And her mom is happy with her. If you become too strict sometimes, you can ruin your child's life. You can ruin your child's life. Even Waje said it, that because of what she's been through, she was initially very strict with her child. She was initially extremely strict because she didn't want her child to make that same mistake. But at some point, she also relaxed. She thought about her mom. My mom was relaxed. She also relaxed. Over time, she realized that her daughter was a completely different person from her. A gentle, beautiful soul. You know, she said during COVID and lockdown, her and her daughter started to talk a lot. And that was just so cute when she said that. And they became friends of each other. And the daughter opened up to her to say how she felt with the way Waje was always on the edge concerning her. And Waje apologized. They mended their relationship. And Waje became even more quiet and loving to the daughter. Waje said that changing her parenting style made all the difference. And today, Emerald is 26 years old, a university graduate, and a full-grown woman. Waje should be thinking of becoming a grandma very soon. At least Emerald had passed the age. She had passed 17, 18, and she had passed the age she's at now. She can get married and start having kids. What did this story teach you? This story teaches us something powerful. Parenting is not about perfection. It's about patience and forgiveness. You can't claim to be a parent. You love your child so much. You can't forgive them. You judge them at every little mistake they make. And you don't even allow them learn from their mistakes. Sometimes parents make mistakes out of fear as well. Sometimes teenagers make mistakes out of confusion. Yes, but when there is love and understanding and communication, both sides can heal. They can heal side by side. What are your reflections on this? What is your reflection? Can you think about it? Like, if it has happened to you before, what were your reactions? How did it happen? Are you the parent, the mom, or the mom of the boy? What happened? Share your story. Share your story, please. After hearing Waje's story, what do you think? Do parents sometimes let fear control their parenting? Or do teenagers sometimes underestimate how much their actions affect their parents? Let's talk about it in the comment section. How would you feel as the mom? You just got divorced and now your daughter is pregnant. You know what it's like with single moms raising a child alone. The amount of judgment she would have gotten from the kind of society we live in. Do you think the mom would have gotten a lot of support? I don't think so, because Waje shared in her story how her mom got rejected. She got dejected, she got demoted, she got even sent away from the job, from the school job where she was teaching, only because they thought this school belongs to a church. And they judged her thinking, oh, your child has committed such a big sin that you have to leave the church school.
The hurt I felt with church was how they treated my mom. My mom never really found herself after that. At the time, she was advised to resign.
Because of you?
Because she had a daughter who had teenage pregnancy.
And probably leave the church. Well, she said she wasn't sent out of the church. Waje said she was suspended. But the mom got sent away from work. And it affected the family so negatively. Guess what? In all of this, Waje's mom stood firm for her child. She supported Waje emotionally. Waje said when she broke the first 5 months of her pregnancy, Her mom wasn't even aware that she was pregnant. But it got to a point that when she realized that this has actually happened, it's pregnancy, it has happened. She was 5 months gone. She decided to sit the mom down to say, look, I am pregnant. And she said the mom just sat there quiet and was just staring. The mom couldn't say anything. The first few minutes, the mom just sat there. She was about to go to work. She couldn't even go. She did not utter a word. Not, I can understand that silence. I can understand that kind of quietness. She was shocked beyond her word. And she needed to sit down and like, did I just hear you right? She needed to digest what she just heard. That reaction for me is very amazing. It's unlike our Nigerian moms, what they can be like when you share such a news with them. But guess what? This mom just sat there and said nothing. And Waje was a bit confused, like, what's this quietness about? What is this woman about? Is she angry? Is she going to hit me? What's she going to say next? She got up and asked her, have you eaten? Go and eat some food. Have a wash. Go and lay down in the bed and sleep. Go and rest. The mom got up, went to work. The next day, Waje was expecting the reaction still. No reaction. There was no negative reaction. No negative energy. No anger. Like something has happened. It has happened. All you need to think about is, okay, yeah, there can be, why me? Why did this happen to me? It's a very difficult pill to chew. A very bitter one to chew as a single mom. I understand it. But I'm just saying, I think as a mom, what Waje's mom did was very, very amazing. It's applaudable. You won't find such moms anymore. They are rare. Because of what would the church say? What would the neighbors say? What would the world say? They are so keen about what would people say that all they want to do is bundle their child out of the house and send the child to a secret place where she would go and hide until she had the baby. And even when the child gives birth to that baby, they don't want to see you and the baby. Just get out. Some parents don't mind losing that child. She should just die. She has brought the disgrace to this family. She can as well die. Oh my God. What is the society turning people into? What would they say? What would they think? How would they feel? Yes, nobody wants their teenage to be pregnant as a child, but if it happens, it has happened. All you need is, how do we support this child moving on? The child comes first. Regardless of how angry you feel as a parent, I feel like the child comes first. That is what is human to do, like as a human being. Forget about what she's done, forget about the world and everybody. Just look at the child as a person, as a human being carrying another human being inside her belly. This child might be traumatized as well. Going through this phase, she would be so scared and traumatized. Scared for her life because she's never had a child before. She doesn't even know if she's going to survive childbirth. All she needed, or all the child needs, is a supportive environment, a supportive family, supportive friends, supportive church. How the church deals with this is another topic. We will talk about it. But let's talk about the family first, because that's your first support system. As a child, a young, naive child, some parents beat themselves and blame themselves so much that they cannot just forgive themselves. Look, if your teenage child is pregnant, you haven't impregnated her. You haven't done anything wrong as a mom. You haven't caused her that pregnancy. It has happened. Life happens. There was a time I had a father, I lost my dad. That is life. I had a sister, I lost my sister, I lost another sister. It is life. When it happens, who do you blame? It can happen, things can happen. Your child can get a scholarship. It has happened. You'll be happy about that. If your child becomes pregnant, it has also happened. There are things that happens in life that we just need to give everything to God and say, okay, it has happened. What do I do next? Is to support the child. Is to shield the child. Guide your child. Let people insult you. Let people say, look at her, she's such a useless mom. Her child became pregnant, she doesn't even know. Waje is in her 40s. She's around 44, I think, at the moment. And guess what age Emerald is? Emerald is 26. That child is 26. Does Waje have another child? No. Waje doesn't have another child. Emerald is Waje's only child. If Waje turns 50 or 52, 53, and she doesn't have any other child, she has Emerald, a university graduate. She studied abroad, I think. She said she studied psychology or something. And she loves to be a medical student. Shout out to you again, Emerald. Very pretty girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of your mom. I'm proud of your grandmom. I'm proud of how your grandmom changed the story into a positive story, into a positive event. Waje is known for her strength. She's known for her push. She's known for her parenting style. She's known for being a strong woman, a very strong single mom. About the father of that child is a different topic for another day. How people often judge young moms and not even say a word about the person who impregnated them. It takes two to tango. It takes two people to have a child. It takes a man and a woman. Yes, I know now it can take one woman. That's it. People can have surrogacy. They can go to the sperm bank, what do you call it, sperm bank, and buy the sperm, and then they have the artificial insemination. They have everything, and then they have the baby, and then they are the mom and the dad of the baby. That happens. But the bottom line is they still did not make the baby using just the egg. They still bought the sperm to make this baby. So there is still a sperm, there is still a donor, there is still the other side. So please, when a young child becomes pregnant, think about the person that impregnated the child. What has been done to that person? They just get to continue with their lives. They continue with their school, they continue with their education, they move on with life, and the whole world never say a word about them. They just judge the girl, judge them for being pregnant, judge them for being the bad girl. Some of them were even virgins. They were very good girls. They never did anything bad. There are young girls who have been doing the do, and they have been on medication. Some of them have their implants. They have their coil. They have all sorts of contraceptives to prevent them from being pregnant. That one girl became pregnant and kept the baby shows that she might have been a very innocent girl. She might have been a virgin. She might have been a girl who had this thing for the first time and life happened to her. Can we change all these judgments? Can we be more supportive rather than being judgmental? I'd like you to share your thoughts, share your views, share your experiences, share your story. Let us know, what did you go through? How did it happen? Did your mom support you? Was she that mom that said, pack your bags, leave, we don't want you in our house anymore? What did your mom do? I have seen so many pregnancy prank, like people pranking their parents saying they're pregnant. And I have seen a lot of reaction. Oh my God, there were some that were so dramatic, so very dramatic. The moms jumped on the child, started to beat this child up. I've seen so many. The mom kicking the child's belly, trying to pop the baby out with their physical strength. I don't get it. Because of what would the neighbors say? What would so say? What would so say? Why do you give a hoot to what people would say? Why do you give a damn what they want to say? People can say whatever they want to say. If your child does well, they will still talk. If your child gets a scholarship, people will still talk. If they do well, they will talk. If your child gets good grades, people would talk. Trust me. They will still have negative to say. No matter how positive your life is, people still have something negative to say about you. Out of envy, out of jealousy, out of anger. Some people even want to be like you. They wish they have the life you have. They don't have it. Trust me. And all they want to say is talk about you, talk about you. So when a negative happens to you when a negative happens to you, look at it like they have thrown a lemon at you. You're going to make a lemonade out of it. Waje was the lemon thrown at the mom. But the Waje of today is the lemonade that the mom is juicing and drinking. And she's enjoying it. Yeah. I'm sure the mom comes around. I'm sure she has a big house. I'm sure because she says she has her nephews and nieces living in her house. She has her siblings, her brothers living in her house. I'm sure they're so proud of her and she spends money. She does what she's living the life, enjoying herself, regardless of what people said about her at the time. Some people who spoke negatively about Waje at the time when it happened. I'm sure now some of them are begging for money from her because the mom stood by her, supported her, and turned her story around for good. As a mom, always seek the good of your children. Seek the good of your children. Don't get too angry and oppressed and upset about them that you just want to kick them into the world. If your child was locked in the house, not outside in the world, and the world still came for her, picked her out, impregnated her, and made her made her go through that. And if you think throwing her into that same world, a world where there are sharks and whales, a world where there are wicked people like just waiting to devour. There are people waiting to devour that child. And one mistake, you kick the child out, two devourers. And the devourers get this child. They squeeze this child and squeeze life out of her. And that's the end of the child. We can refer to the story of Ada Ame. If all of you know Ada Ame, who acted Domitila.
I'll show you. Come. Now this cloth you say you won't wear good at.
You say now you looking for where now?
If so say na me, I go keep them fine now. Make them ingredients.
I beg you, make you clear. You no go ever speak to you. Hear me so? If you just stay slow.
You know go come out make her see chance to. Now treat you to wait here and I make my keep for pigeon. If not, you think that I shall have cover the talk for you.
I don't to you now. Where is the comfort? Wait here.
From
baby.
If you watch Domitila, the intriguing movie that went really popular in Nigeria, if you have seen Domitila, Ada Ame, listen to Ada Ame's story.
I suffered. When I mean poverty, I was driven out of the house after I had my baby, 5 months exact on my birthday. I was 15 with a 5 months baby. And I was marched out of the barracks. And I had this wonderful, first of all, I had to squat here and there. Before I had the baby, when my father knew about it, one of my brothers told my dad. And the intention was for them to go and abort the pregnancy. Oh. Yes, now, because of the age, I was still in school and everything. Just wanted, my father, that was the first time I saw a man crying. My father cried like a baby.
She was pregnant as a teenager as well. As a child, guess what? The parent threw her out of the house. Ada Ame said how she suffered, lived on the street, went through hell. Eventually, she started to live the life that she shouldn't even live.
You still loved your dad. You know your dad loved you. But how could he have loved you and sent you out of the house?
I just knew he loved me. He showed me by his action.
Why did you have your daughter so young?
It wasn't my parents. I was influenced by my peers. They introduced me to early sex. One thing led to another. I got pregnant. I got pregnant in March and had my baby in December same year. That means I got pregnant when I was 13 plus. The most beautiful part was that on my 15th birthday, my baby was barely 5 months old.
Yeah.
I was marched out of the barracks. I was lost already, I had stepped my leg one way in the world. There's no need for lies. I started drinking. I had gotten my independence already. One of the things that was not easy for me, that has not been easy for me, is the fact that I allowed my daughter to leave for Abuja. The day I made that mistake was the day I left her to leave the house. I've lived with that guilt all my life. I don't know if you understand it. To this point, the way I am today, this was the one that broke me.
Losing your daughter
was the one that really, really, really got me broken.
She went through all of this. Her only child. I think she had, was it breast cancer or one of the cancers? And the child didn't make it. She died. Ada Ame's life became really, really, really epic, sad, really sorrowful. She tried to pick up the pieces and move on, but eventually, Adahame died. I can't remember if she slumped or something happened, and she died. She's dead, her daughter is dead. What is the gain of the parents who sent her out as a child? Sending her out as a child must have affected her entirety. Her life, her daughter, and everything eventually must have led to all the tragedies that befell this poor lady. Let's look at Waje on the other hand, a child who was supported by her mom. Let's look at how Waje turned out. Let's look at the positivity that came out of Waje's mystery, that came out of Waje's mistake. The then mistake is now someone everyone is proud about. Emerald is a pretty girl, energetic, a university graduate. She's 26. Some Waje's age mates at the time would have been pregnant. They would have taken out the baby. They would have had abortions, which is even more sin to commit. Talking about the church, come closer. The church would think they would judge these people. I understand that as a church, you don't want to just accept teenage pregnancies, accept every form of sin and immoralities, so that other people will not learn from it and the church becomes like a Sodom and Gomorrah kind of thing. I understand what you're avoiding, but can we please reduce this punishment? Can we understand that God is the main judge? You are not God. Suspending the person is good enough. Let everybody know, oh, she got suspended for doing this, so that people don't think it's right to go that route. But can we please stop judging these people to death? Stop judging them like you want to take life out of them because they've committed one sin. Please, let's remember even the prostitute in the Bible, the woman who people were calling prostitute, stoning the woman. Jesus said to them, if you have not committed one sin, cast a stone upon this woman. And the Bible said they all began to walk away because they were all sinners. The Bible says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. If you claim you are not a sinner, it says you are a liar. Even the pastor who is judging these people, how clean are you as a pastor? What are the thoughts on your mind as a pastor? Can you even share some of the dirty thoughts that comes on your mind as a man of God? Who put you in the position to judge entire family, to judge the mother of that child, the father of that child, to suspend the child, to kick them out of the church? The one that baffles me is when people are getting married and the church say to them, go and do pregnancy tests. If you are pregnant, you cannot marry the person. I don't understand. And I know of a couple that their wedding was a few weeks away and the wife found out she was pregnant. They went away and took out their pregnancy, not because of anything, because of what the church would say, because the church will not join them and it will be a huge embarrassment. I don't think this is a good thing to say. Somebody is pregnant for the man that is responsible for the pregnancy. The man has accepted the pregnancy. Suspend them for being pregnant. Punish them. Let the church know that they impregnated each other before the wedding, and that is a no-no. And give them all the suspensions and punishments. But please, still join this couple because that's the father of the child. Why would you not join them? Join them and let the man be the husband to his wife and the wife be the wife to the husband. And they nurture their child together. I don't understand why you say you cannot join them and kick them out of the church. Some of them end up in the nightclub. They end up living a ruthless life. Even some of these people end up cancelling the marriage because church has cancelled it. And the woman will become a single mom. The man will end up in the club smoking and drinking and doping. And these people's life become really... What do you prefer as a church? Jesus did not come for the righteous. He said he left the 99. Oh, shout out to you, Chandlamore. Shout out to you. He said he left the 99. God left the 99. He left them. Jesus Christ left the 99 and came for that one soul. Remember the story of the prodigal son. The prodigal son was gone. He would have been judged by the entire world. He's a bad child. He took all his inheritance and left his father's house. He's a bastard. They would have said all sorts about him. But when the child suffered, when life happened to him on the streets, when that child realized that the streets was not laughing, He went back to his mom and his father and said, I have come. Mo ti padà wálé o. Shout out to you, my sister that sang that song. What's her name again? Oh my God, I'm going to remember. She did a song that says, Mo ti padà wálé o. Like that song. And I was even in the video. I featured in the video of the song. Yes, I featured in it. Yes, did you see your girl? I was in the song by my sister. He said, I am a prodigal child. I have come back to the house. Oh, I have come back to you. Oh, I have come to bow, to beg for forgiveness. And as soon as that child was remorseful, the father embraced him. He killed the biggest of his cattle. He gathered his household, all his priests and kings. He gathered them and began to celebrate that one child that came back. That lost sheep that came back. The church should learn to celebrate these people. They are dark in the world. They have gone lost in the world and they come back and you judge them and kick them out of the church. How? We can do better, please. We can do better. Please share your stories. If you haven't been through it, kindly share your thoughts. Share your experience. Let me know what you think. Let's be reminded that things happen. No matter how much of a powerful parent you are, no matter how much you try, things sometimes happen. Your mom, you have given your best. Yes, you could have given your best. Parents would give their best. You pray, you guide your child, you teach them, you take them to church, you buy them Bibles, you preach the gospel, you tell them about morality, you tell them about judgment of God, you tell them everything possible, you even scare them. You show them videos of hell, telling them not to do this and that. The child still makes the mistake. Wajay said she was a church girl, a smart one at that, an intelligent girl on a scholarship, and she was a good singer. We can testify to that even now. And she was in school on a scholarship, yet life happened to her. It shows that sometimes it's not about bad parenting. Don't beat yourself. Or a lack of morals. It's not. It's just one of those painful turns life can take. It is life. Let's learn to accept. Let's learn to just give God everything and just say it has happened. I want to say to you, from the bottom of my heart, to every mom out there who is going through pain for such an experience, something like this might have happened to you. Please don't beat yourself up. Sometimes you can do everything right and things still go wrong. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you are human. It means you are not God. It's only God that cannot fail. It's only God that things like that cannot happen to you. You are not God. Things can happen. We are limited. We are not God. And your child is human too. What matters most is in your response. How do you respond to these things? With love, with calmness, with support, just like Wajay's mom. Was that how you responded? That's what makes a strong parent. Not perfection, but the grace of God. The grace of God. Play your role as a mom without too much anger and fury. And for the teenagers out there, come closer. Teenagers out there listening to me, remember that your parents' reaction often comes from fear and love. They don't hate you, trust me. They are scared of losing you to the same mistakes they once made or witnessed. But if both sides can talk, listen and forgive, healing would always happen. It will be possible to heal. Like Wajay and the child during COVID, they had all these discussions and they both healed. Life happens, but love heals. When life has happened, it's only love that can heal that life that has happened. Let's love each other. Let's just love regardless. And talking about love, if you love your girl Betsy, please like. I'm begging you. How can I have 600 views on a video and 35 subscribers? What did I do wrong to you? Thanks for viewing in the first place. Eshegon, thank you for viewing. But can you please also subscribe? It will not cost you anything. If we had more data, buy. Just tap it and do subscribe. Like that. Give me your finger. Let me help you. Oh, that's it. That's it. Just a touch. Just subscribe. Not for anything's sake. Not even for my stories. Just subscribe. But okay, this girl is humble. She's begging for subscription. Subscribe to my channel. I know all of you and God knows you. Love you. Love you guys. Bye.